Hi, welcome back again. Hi, it's one of these nights. If you like the video, please press the like button. And if you are a subscriber, thank you for joining. And if you'd like to subscribe, please do. We're a new channel. We're 2 months, maybe more like 6 weeks, active 6 weeks into it on this channel. Before we've been doing light work for a long time, always. But after some experiences, we decided to try and form an online energy center, energy resuscitation, energy build-up, light work, just something to really build people up, you know, just to make people feel good, just to deal with it. There's just so much weirdness in the world today that it's just so important to go higher up. I mean, so many weird things are happening. I just found out I don't know, a few weeks ago, with the NFL, they had robots there. Robots. I mean, not just making cake. Hi. Yes, I'm back. Nice to see you. Yeah. Did you see those robots at the NFL? Those humanoid robots? I just became aware of those creatures. I mean, they have dolls, 6 foot, 5 feet, stuff like that, and they have yeah. I mean, and they had all the facial masks and stuff, and they were walking around looking at the crowd, mingling with the people, and I bet that nobody knew they were walking right next to a living an automatic robot. They had about, let me see, I think they had about 5 robots running around in the crowd. Yeah, yeah, 5. And then, they're putting the robots in the restaurants, and they have those cute little Pillsbury Doughboy types, with the wheels. But that's just for fun's sake. They have the actual humanoid ones all over the place. I mean, and then they have those robots that are massage robots. They have the uh, manicure robots. I mean, they're really, really pushing this crap out. And then like in New York City, they have those X-ray things you have to bump through now. They're putting that into all the subways. They have robot taxi cars coming out. Yeah, robot taxi car drivers. I mean, not taxi car drivers, robot cars, taxis. And they're just stepping up the pressure. And then, of course, once they're going to start that in these cities, congestion tax at $15 to come into past 60th Street, which of course means they're going to have cameras on each block searching out your license plates to see if you pay. I mean, you can just imagine the radiation. And of course, that's going to go to their other cities too. Other cities. It's just the beta test. And of course, the beta test is just me until we get it right. No, things are moving very, very fast. Very, very fast. Oh, hi. How are you? Hi, Ellen. Amber and Ellen. Yep. So, let's just see just how far this robots. I mean, it's like they're telling you, hang out with robots. I mean, to do everything with robots. It's freaky. It's very freaky. I mean, we should be studying. I mean, if we're going to. what if, let me fix this. What if, I mean, first of all, why do grown men have this desire to have dolls, life-size dolls? I mean, didn't they play with dolls enough when they were little kids? Why are these grown-ass men playing with dolls? Does anybody have an answer for this? Why do men, I mean, mostly men are the ones making robots. I mean, there are women too. I mean, but like I want a robot who looks like a machine and can pick up heavy things. But do I want a robot why is this life size, I mean, humanoid looking thing a robot? I mean, why is that supposed to be something I want to be with? Why? I don't understand. Does anybody have an answer? Amber, do you? I mean, why are these men playing with dolls? Isn't that kinky? I mean, it's beyond kinky. I mean, there was it's kinky. There was this ruler of one of those Persian Gulf states, Middle Eastern states, and I think he was the Qatar one, and he had a $7 million Gundam. You know what a Gundam is, like that. Anime Gundams are like they're warriors, metal warriors. That's big. They fight. They do a lot of things. I mean, they fly in the sky. I mean, you just look at Gundams. Anyway, this guy had an actual one following him around that was like equipped to like level the place. I mean, he got off his plane, his own plane, of course, and he had this 10-foot Gundam, all cranky with this stuff, who was equipped with machine guns, bombs, and everything else, protecting him. Huh? What? A Gundam. So, I mean, even when they say, like, oh, you must join the military, we're going to have women join the military, and men and women, all equality, trans, etc., and everybody under 60 is going to be in the military. But, well, why? I mean, you're going to have, like, robots. It's going to be robot army against robot army. And, of course, maybe they want us in there just to be a little red stuff, red liquid, to make it like real or something. I don't understand it. But anyway, it's still, if anybody has an answer to why, like, adults love to have dolls that can walk and talk and do things for them. I mean, a toaster is still a toaster. It makes, it can make Pop-Tarts and toast, but it's still a toaster. Now, the same thing with these humanoid-looking dolls. It's still a toaster. At the end of the day, it's a machine. It's a machine. But why do you want to be? Why is this whole thing about machines? I mean, really, I think there's so much that humans can do. Yes, you need more for weight and volume, but do we actually? Why are we dumbing ourselves down? You have to think about it. I mean, even for kids, little kids, the school system, it's really stupid on all types of levels, from kindergarten clean to like doctorate in college. I mean, you're just simply pacifying whom is lording over you at that particular time. I mean, it doesn't take too much of a brain to figure it out. Of course, and reading, you're not going to. Some politician, I forget whom at the moment, said, "Oh, reading, 5 minutes of reading is really healthy a day." No, excuse me, 5 minutes. Is that an insult? Is that an insult? I mean, that person should be exterminated with insect spray, saying 5 minutes of reading is like going to make you healthy. That'll ward off everything and keep you informed. So I mean, we're training. We're like getting people used to like, oh, you're worthless, or you're something. You're not all that. And then you have machines that will do everything for you. This machine can perform better than you. We don't need you, carbon creatures. And then they talk about having the 35-hour week or the 30-hour week. The point is, we're being made obsolete. It's happening right before our eyes. Robots hanging out, eyeing the crowd, robots performing our tasks, robots looking like us. Where are we going? Where are we going with this? Does anybody have let's do a read. Like, where are we going with this automation, this robot stuff? Let's see. Where are we going? All right, we have judgment. Judgment. All right, where are we going with this automation? Crash and burn. Crash and burn. The tower. Let's see. Robot society. A robot society. I guess it's an AI society, wouldn't you say? Artificial intelligence. A robot future. It's here. The robot future is here. We're not even, I mean, we're still like, oh, speak nicely to me, or, I'm going to get upset. I mean, do you think a robot has going to have any feelings? Or a robot cares? Not even cares enough to get angry at you. All right. Okay. Where are we going? Let's see. Robot society. Justice. Wow. Look at that card. Look at these cards. We have justice. Justice. We have crash and burn. And we have judgment. The three elements. It's like it's saying it serves you right. It serves you right to be replaced with machines, to have machines do. This is a strange read, a strange 3-card read. Where are we going with the robots? Let's explore it a little bit. Now, in the judgment. Let's see. All right. All right. In the judgment, we have the high priestess. And does it say that we're receptive to it? We're walking in. We love it. We are like, humans have been made to feel that it's pretty cool. I got a robot. And then we have a 6 of cups. We have like cups, 6 of cups. And shopping and mulling the idea that there's always something more to get, something more to have, external, or something more to seek out, something more. Could it be our human nature is receptive to the idea of being catered to? So we're like, so-called, we've been made to think that if you're really curious, you will embrace these dolls and play with them, and also enjoy consulting these machines. All right, now we have the tower. We have the tower. What kind of tower is this? Let's see. Mm. Well, the Ten of Swords under the Tower. The Death. And the Page of Wands. Well, the old me and the new me. Seems like the old me and the new me. You know, it's like the idea of like, it's the end, and when I say the new me and the old me, it's like the end of help me out here. The end of tradition, the end of humans as we knew them. Try a new thing. Be part of the robot. The robot. The robots. Now, I don't think, like, even though this would be under far out, I don't think this is so far out. I don't think so. I don't think this is so far out. It's here. I mean, nobody's talking about it. No one is talking about it. Now, anybody to know that, let's see, now the justice. Justice. We have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords. And the Work card. Well, they're busy beavers. I would say busy beavers. I gotta get a candle. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. I have to get a candle. This is like saying that basically, no matter what we do, we're going to be like, more machines. Oh, here's a candle. No. More machines. But isn't it, it's kind of weird because, climate change, use of tiny houses, eating bugs. Now, it would seem to me that running robots and machines would take lots of energy. More energy than raising people. Even the CERN thing that would, I think 1 hour of CERN equals, it could heat up like maybe about 30,000 homes per day. 30,000 or more. It's some outrageous number. You can look it up. That just how much to have CERN, which is going to be started on April the 8th, solar eclipse. It seems to me that people are saying anything that comes out of their mouth, like, you got to be, robots are going to, they're not going to take your job, they're going to take your job. They're not going to take your job, they're going to take your job. You don't even know how to think, right? What do you think, Amber? Do you feel that your job is safe? You think that you're going to be safer with a robot? You've seen those spot dogs, right? And just because they put some, K-pop music, and it goes back and forth, and it does some sort of little shuffle. They have all these ghouly-looking robots, Elon Musk type robots, doing a cute little, moving their little machine hips and their machine legs. You go, that's cute. It's not cute. It's weird. It's weird, right? It's weird. And here, I would say injustice of this part of the robots are taking, embracing robots. They have spreading the idea that a robot is really cool, and they have lots of work to do. They will do lots of work. And who's going to benefit? Oh, we'll have more free time. No, they don't even give you free time. How can you have free time when you don't even have, technically, free thought? I mean, they have words for even if you speculate. Even if you speculate something, they have a name for you. Or, I mean, everything is like a box of donuts. Everything is in a row. Everything is in a basket. Everything is like, even when you sign into different sites now, you have to go through, are you a robot? I don't recognize this device. Who are you? And you could verify yourself. Are you human? I mean, they're asking you right now for the most innocuous sites. Are you a human? What? Yes, fool. Are you a human? They're training us. And yet most people think that, oh, not most people, a lot think they're just playing along. They don't realize where is all this headed? Where is all this headed? It's headed. Where is all this headed? Where do you think? More people should be asking themselves this question. Where is all this headed? Where do they think it's headed? Robots at the NFL, mingling in the crowd. Robots at the masseurs, giving a back rub. Robots doing the nails. Robots making the burgers. Robots cashing out. Uh, Robots driving cars. Robots driving trucks. Robots in the warehouse. Robots answering the phone. Robots doing your taxes. And what are people doing? Living in cardboard boxes, running around aimlessly, looking for jobs, trying to get, was that trying to just trying to have hope? There is hope. There is hope. There definitely is hope. There's hope that we're going to wake up. Some of us are going to wake up. Not all of us, of course, but some of us are waking up. And how do we survive in a society that people want to sleep? They want to not deal with this. They don't want to think about it. Oh, that's not fun. We're just where are we going with it? Robots. It's creepy. It's really creepy. Let me just take 2 more cards. And it's something that we're going to have to think about, our robot future. I don't want it. I mean, yeah, would I like to? I used to think that, well, at least if I could speak to a robot all day, it could be intelligent conversation. I could learn a lot of things. However, it's still just a machine. It's still facts. Yeah, my brain will grow a little bit, but I could look at ants and ant activities, bug activities. I can look at the plants growing, and I'd learn. That's because that's what we are, learning. All right, we have the Queen of Cups. Over here. And we have the Sun. Oops. And I dropped my cards. The Queen of Pentacles. Well, it seems as though we have 2 queens, cups and pentacles, 2 cards, and well, it seems like it's difficult to read, but it seems like the fact that it is receptive, the people are being trained to be receptive to it, and whether you like it or not, it is it's it's being sold, and that you should be receptive to it. And there's strong factors to say that it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, we have here justice, very feminine. Everything is receptive. It almost says that if we are not receptive to it, if we do not accept it, if we are not a receptive feminine, that it will, if we don't partake in it, it has no foothold. Or is to be in proportion. As long as we just blindly go through something, it will. And then it's going to be difficult, though. It's going to be hard. But if 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 the people just do not accept it, if the people want more, if the people ask for more real reality, more life, it cannot be. It cannot be. It cannot happen. Because we have here the towers, we have judgment, and we have justice. So we have a judgment factor that has the searching, the receptivity, the huge amount of receptivity. They're just counting on people just like, oh, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. They're just counting on that. I mean, that is its foundation, is for the humans, us, to accept it all. And yes, it's going to have a startling effect on our life. It's going to be very disruptive. But we're going to be told that this is for our betterment. It's going to make us better, our society better. And that's not true. The more they talk about it's going to be better, it's the more that we'll be downtrodden and boxed in. And all the negative things, no, it's not going to make us better. And luckily, there's a lot of work to be done to make this reality. I mean, if we just get up there and we say, no, I don't want a robot, I want a real person. So I refuse to deal with your robots. How about that? I refuse to deal with your robots. So let's say somebody invests, I don't know, 80,000, 120K to get a bunch of like 3 or 4 robots. It probably costs more. And then and then they're all set up. They have the business place, but you're not going to go to that restaurant because first of all, there's no human there. It's just robots. Or let's say that the school. Why should you go and have a robot instruct you when you can just go take the book out yourself? And they're going to say, oh, you won't have credit unless you deal with this robot. Then, so I know the skill set myself. Let me grow a pair. I mean, we have to grow a pair. We're not going to partake of it. Go play with your own, dolls yourself. I don't want to play with your dolls. I can read a book. Oh, but we don't have books anymore. I think you do somewhere. Or I'll just do something else. I'll do something else. We must not lose our humanity to these dolls, to these, Barbie dolls. We must not. We must not lose. We must not lose. And we will not lose. It's like, as I said, go tell, go take, I mean, part of having a car and driving somewhere is taking that, taking your hands on the wheel, pushing the gas, pushing the feet on your foot on the pedal, and feeling the engine, vroom, vroom, vroom. I mean, that's pleasure. Of course, you can run and you can find that pleasure too, and you can walk and that could be pleasurable too. I mean, how many times you got to keep your exercise going? But I'm just saying that, like, having a drivable car, I mean, a car that drives itself, is somebody driving it for you, which would mean that they tell you where to go, right? Where to go, where to go. So anyway, I say that we have to fight against this because this is the plan. The plan is to have us thoroughly conditioned, and then to have a few arrogant people saying, "Oh, what useless we are." That's what I see. That's what I see. All right, so we covered the robots. That's a biggie. Now, how about we think about, you know, I've been looking at celebrity tarot, of course. I mean, we have to look at who's in front of our face, and I've been looking at a lot at Taylor Swift, and some comments say, "Oh, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong." Travis and Taylor. What do you think of Travis and Taylor? I mean, I get comments that they're going to be like forever, and I'm like putting shade on their relationship. But yeah, the reason, I mean, you have to think about Taylor isn't going to be doing music all her whole entire life. I mean, she could do. She's probably going to be doing something else, and depending depending on, like, her own self. And a mismatch is they're a mismatch. I mean, how far? Okay, now you know that Travis Kelsey is a football player, right? Now, do you know what CTE is? CTE. Do you know what CTE is? That's chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is happens to most football players. Yeah. And you know what that does? That means that you're, unfortunately, dementia. At an early age, you start forgetting things. Maybe that's why Travis sticks his tongue out, you know? Because they constantly getting hit on the head, hit on the head, hit on the head, by somebody knocking their shoulders. They're constantly tackling. Maybe that's why they pay so much money to pay for, like, because they're the potential of, like, being in a poor state in a few years is very real. I mean, the brain is constantly jarred around the brain stem, and it's like right now he sticks his tongue out, and he dresses weird, and he's just I know we should. Yeah, I'm not laughing. I'm just being realistic, and he's just like he curses. He has really bad verbal skills. I mean, he can't say one sentence without three F words. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, okay, so he's 6'5". Okay, so, and he's 250 pounds. So, oh, a real man? No, he's Paul Bunyan. He's like a trooper that, you're on the highway and you got to pay. And you only have, like, maybe like a half a mile more, and there's a station which you can go, a restroom, you can go and relieve yourself. And then a trooper comes and he stops you just just before you get to a place, just before you're there, turning off of the highway, and he's saying, "Look, you're going, you're 2 miles over the speed limit." He's like a trooper trailer. I mean, a trooper Travis. He's obnoxious, and he's using her. He's just using her. I mean, the other day he was photographed. I noticed one of the photographs. He had a hole in his pants. I mean, he's a multimillionaire, and he's going around like a slob. It's nuts. I mean, and he's staying at her place. She's not staying at his place. He's mooching off of her place. Okay, so he has his own digs, but the point is he's using his digs. His like her place, and it just seems to me that it's not equal. It's he's obnoxious. I mean, he speaks badly. He's always cursing. I mean, how much can you talk sports? Sport. At least with culture, poetry, music, visual arts. You can discuss certain things and give you, a multitude of feelings. I mean, what do football players really? They, excuse me. They tackle each other. They run. They pass the ball, and then they drink a lot. They curse a lot. I mean, it just seems so. They seem mismatched. I don't see any. And I remember her father said a statement, Taylor's father, that Travis makes a good bodyguard. He'll protect her. Oh, please! With all the money she makes, she can have she can have Gundams, robots. Why do you need to have a boyfriend who's uh, like him? I mean, at least have a person who can speak well, dress well, looks intelligent. He doesn't look very smart. He hasn't said anything really smart. Just like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm like, and I don't even see any chemistry. No, I don't see any chemistry at all. I mean, you can tell people that really mesh. I mean, they have a feeling about them. Yeah. What does she gain? I mean, it's like a business. I think it's fake. I mean, it's like a business arrangement. They kiss on cue, and they keep on recycling old photographs from the NFL, uh, from Australia. In fact, she was in the paper, in a New York paper. Yeah, he's eating all her goddess energy. He's eating her up. He's draining her. I mean, her picture was in the paper today for the first time, I think, like in months, without a Travis in there. She was there with her mom talking about Easter. I mean, I know she has like endorsements that she does, but Travis is just like, here you have a smart woman, seemingly smart woman, she can make like $1 billion, and then you have somebody like Travis. I mean, what does he do? He's like bringing her down. That's like a woman to take any man as long as you have a man, right? I mean, and for a beta man, he's certainly like he's. Do you think he's going to be content being her boyfriend? I mean, that's a joke. I mean, he's already on stage trying to sing her songs, and like, I'm cool, I'm fun. It is wor it is worrisome. I mean, I like her as a business person, the way she like just acquires her endorsements and things like that. And I know she's channeling Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is around the time of, if you look like if you read anime or seen anime, there's like the Sailor Moon, we see Sailor Moon sisters, or there's like Sailor Venus, which I think that's really the one that Taylor is going after. And there's Sailor Mercury, and they all dress in like just like Sailor does on stage, and including the short things, the one pieces, the boots, and and the gowns. I mean, they do the same thing. But I really, and I think that you know it's fine, but but uh, but where does Travis come into this? And they always say too, oh, Taylor's had a string of boyfriends and things like that. So what? So what? So what? So what? So what? I mean, and it's always like a woman can't be by herself. A woman can't do what she wants, even though she's like, she's not. She's going out with all these guys that don't have as much money as she does. Do not have the connections that she have, nor the support that she has, and they just leech after her. I mean, she's still even now. Travis is doing the bodyguard thing, escorting her. She's singing about Joe Alwyn. her old boyfriend. She even calls her album his password to his WhatsApp, uh, you know, um, what name, password thing, or what he calls it. I mean, she's singing about old boyfriend. She's with a new boyfriend. What is he? He must feel like a real buffoon. He is a buffoon. Yuck, yuck. I mean, and then that sticking the tongue out. Oh my God, please. That is so stupid. Is that supposed to be? It's supposed to be. I mean, when you stick your tongue out, technically, it's supposed to be the height of sexual stimulation. You're sticking your tongue out. But my God, he makes you want to vomit when he sticks his tongue out. It's like, and the way that they move. I mean, cameras, take a picture of us. We're walking together. What? What? What's the purpose of it? Like, we can't be ourselves without a partner. I mean, we can't like. I mean, we can't like just like hug somebody without like, oh, we're getting married or something, or this this man is, they're both 30 something years old, and they're being complete. No, 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 no. She would not tag herself to, she couldn't be so something to tag herself with a man of his standards. Bad language, can't dress. I mean, even though he could use her stylist. I mean, and then to like be jealous of her. I just feel this. I get this energy that isn't like it isn't. It is that it's not real. It's not a real caring. I mean, it's not a real caring thing. You don't like, oh, Taylor, Taylor, Taylor. You don't do that. You value relationship more. He doesn't seem to value her in the way that she. What is he doing for her? I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, there's much more. There's much more physically fit men. And what is his dad's bod? As I mentioned, what society, this one, will take a mother's bod, a mom's bod? What? What? Yeah, he uses her as a prop. What society is going to take a mom's bod when you're with a hot man, a billionaire that everybody wants to be with? Now, how many men want to be with Taylor? I mean, they go like, oh wow, yeah, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you, Dasha. Yeah, what do you think about like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey? I mean, together. We're talking about what does Taylor get out of being with that man? I mean, I mean, what do you think? Tell us. I mean, if you think differently, please, you know. But I just don't understand, what does Taylor get out of being with Travis? And and the way I mean, the first time that he really came on the stage with her was at that game, the NFL, and the way that his coach had just gotten out of surgery too. He had just had hip replacement, and he pushes him around, screams in his ears. I mean, here's this guy who's like, twice his age at least, and he goes around and like yells at him like something like, yeah, he will cheat. He will cheat. He will cheat. He cheated on all his other girlfriends, and really he has a type, and he has a type of woman, and and Taylor has not is the first of his. It's in a different category. Of course, with that much money, she's a billionaire. I just don't think that he is he is safe. Safe. I don't think. I don't think that he's the kind of guy that would be safe to be around. Does any does anybody have any idea? Any I mean, do you think he's a safe guy? Do you think like somebody who's gonna? You never know how he's gonna. He even said too. Yeah, it's true. He said if a girl doesn't sleep with him by the third date, he drops them. I mean, and he's still single. I mean, how many dates does the guy get, and how many women has he plowed through? Him? I mean, he probably has some kind of social disease. Well, living, yeah, but she's not in high school. I mean, what was high school? That was like, let's see, you know, a dozen years ago for her or more. I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's like, but he's still like, there was always a guy who was a jock, but he wasn't stupid. I mean, he didn't like use like, I mean, he was gallant. I mean, he wasn't stupid. I remember some guys that, that played sports in high school, but they weren't stupid. I mean, there was one who was a little slow, but like he wasn't like, look at me every second. I mean, I get the feeling of every time he does something, he kind of like, who noticed that? Who noticed that? I mean, I think she's had many fantasies. Yeah. Ah. Hmm. Yeah. He is desperate. I think yeah. And that whole family, it's like, oh wow, we got this millionaire who's speaking to us. Mm. And then you wonder too, you have to take this into consideration. Now, recently with Justin Bieber, we've been finding out about Puff Diddy rather, P Diddy, P Diddy, Sean Combs, right? Now we know that there's sex trafficking in the music business to different degrees, and I would say that's why her parents were very close to her. But it's still you can be close to a snake pit and still know there's snakes. If you walk over 2 feet over here, there's snakes. I mean, the snakes are not going away. The sex freaks were not going away, obviously, because Sean P Diddy has been doing his business for a long time, and he's not the only one. There's L.A. Reid. There's lots, and so like I mean, it's like you can't I mean, you can't get that element out of there. I mean, I'm sure we know that Taylor has been around a lot of like freaks too. We know that because even if she didn't participate in any freaky action, she knows that. I mean, I mean, if you live on a street, you know who's doing what and who's doing. You know what they're doing. You know what they're doing. Even if you're not interacting with them directly, you know what they're doing. Even when you walk by their house, you know what they're doing. And they share talent. Justin and Taylor have been around for decades. I've seen have shared talent management. They've been around for decades, right? Not decades, but they've been around for a while. I mean, Taylor's been in this business for at least 15 years, and so has Justin. Isn't he 30? Yeah, he's been at least 15 years. They came out when he was 13 or something. They have the same management. They went to the same parties, the same social scene. So, how, I mean, maybe that's why Travis Kelsey is like hanging around because, he knows this element. Yeah, no one's hands are clean. But the point is, why should we say this is a role model? Why should we go like, oh, this is so moving? I mean, I really did not think of Justin Bieber's time with P Diddy. I mean, that's horrible. What is a 40-year-old man hanging out with a 13-year-old boy for a 13-year-old? Tell me, a 13-year-old. What do you think they did? Well, we know what they did. I mean, they weren't playing checkers. They weren't watching Popeye or, um, what was that? Well, Transformers. I know. They weren't They weren't playing Pokemon. They were doing something. And I mean, everybody. I'm in the arts. I've been in the arts. I still am in the arts. There are some situations that I mean, I have seen myself. I walked out the door. And I don't, sometimes I remember how I got out the door, but I got out the door when I saw it was going south. Because I mean, it doesn't, you can smell that, you can smell the sexual depravity. You can smell they tell you it, they say, and when somebody says to me, or said to me, you can, I mean, I was like, at the first time I heard it, my eyes were like, what? I mean, I guess I just drew a blank. And I guess the person who told me he, uh, uh, was like a very wealthy person, very high up on the food chain. And I guess I must have shown such shock that the person was like, uh, I was able to get out of the townhouse, the east side, Upper East Side townhouse unscathed. All right. And, but it was like, I felt goosebumps. I guess I just, it was like, it was weird. Yeah. And I remember another time it was like in Miami, and I went to this party, and already I could, you could go in there and you could smell the heat. I could smell the liquor. And then I saw that there was like, a couple big rooms of like food and drinks and stuff and people. And then there were like little rooms to the side, and the doors would flicker open once in a while. I got out of there too. And it was like, uh, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that stuff is going on. But yet these people were allowed to do that, and even people that knew about it. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, when you say nobody's hands are clean, that's one thing that we have to stop this. We have to. I want, like for Justin. I mean, I feel really bad that he had to go through that. I feel really bad that he didn't have anybody to like help him not to do that. I mean, but then again, at 13, you should know that there are like predators. There's a crocodile in the room, right? There's a crocodile in the room. And you're not supposed to get too close, even if your parent is stupid enough, mean enough, selfish enough to encourage you to do it. You should go yourself. I feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable. But I wasn't there. I mean, I feel uncomfortable just knowing it. But that's a cleanse in itself. When you want to purify your body, you got to get rid of the germs. You got to get rid of the stuff. You got to get rid of the stuff. You got to get rid of the stuff. So I think that even though Taylor knew of these things, and I think her and Justin and Selena Gomez and the rest of them, they all shared the same management, and they all have their episodes. They all have their episodes. And what are we going to do as the consumer? Because for every one known P. Diddy, there is at least like a couple dozen running around still. And, I mean, it's even into, even these artists, I mean, they're doing certain things, they're wearing certain clothes, they're doing certain motions. And what are they channeling? Okay, sex. Sex. Yeah, right, sex. But what kind of sex? At random sex, debilitating. I mean, it's not a nurturing sex. It's not even a jerk off sex. It's a kind of like gangster sex. It's a kind of like robbing the soul sex. It's not. It's a power play. It's like you slave, you livestock, me boss, boss, me boss. Kneel and suck my toes. So you kneel and you suck his toes. Well, how does that make you feel? So when you're fooling around and you got you get your contract and you have lots of money in the bank, but you still suck that asshole's toes. Now, maybe only him and you and a recording know about it. So anytime he comes, he puts his little finger, you got to come running, because maybe you don't want your fans to know that you suck that guy's toes, etc. Just as, I mean, so it's like an enslavement, and you become the slave, and he could take you in and take you out anytime he chooses. He'll tell you to go do something, and you'll go, yes, sir, because you're fearful. So I mean, maybe that's why, like, people have relationships, for certain things. And when you don't see like any reasoning for them to have that relationship. You never know. I mean, but you do know something kinky is up. Something, something, something's up. And that's the weird part about celebrities. I mean, they make you feel a certain kind of way, but only if you go with the programming. But the moment you stop, I mean, finding out about Diddy and finding out about Justin, that was like a program interruption, right? That's a program interruption. Like, that poor little boy singing those songs out and going through all that filthy, man who was, what was he, 30 years older? 30, yeah, 30, almost 30 years older than him. Sorbet man. And then he had him do whatever he did, and it was continual. And you were listening to his music and putting money into, his pocket. Whose pocket? The management's pocket. Diddy's pocket. We all did it. See, I mean, as a viewer, as a participant, I know. I know. It's like, a couple years ago, they were like putting people with $1 million fines about a decade ago. Nickelodeon, yeah. Nickelodeon for kids. Is that a sex a pervert magnet? Nickelodeon. I mean, they better change that name, Nickelodeon. I mean, even when you take like with Miley Cyrus, I mean, her dad was on the set. Her dad, I mean, he has a girlfriend, a wife, who was one of the teammates of Miley Cyrus on Nickelodeon. The groomer effect. I mean, a groomer is anybody who like takes somebody younger, and even if they encourage them, but they have like designs on them. Grooming. And one thing about like Miley Cyrus' daddy, they don't say the age of the wife. It's a secret. No, there's a lot of. I mean, we have to. Human talent is enough. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to debase someone to express yourself. And if you are forced to do that, or if it's part of, you won't get this contract unless you debase yourself. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away. Those gains are not good. Walk away. Yeah. So, yeah, it definitely gives you a lot to think about why they have couples that do certain things, are together. And I mean, it's very, very hard to like watch like, movies with kids in it, young teenagers, uh, juveniles in it, and see that perhaps something really nasty, probably did happen. I mean, you can look at these things in the 40s or 50s or 30s, whatever it was. Shirley Temple. I mean, what little girl wants to be showing her panties? I mean, we would have thought, oh, that's cute or something, or just not even think about it. What little girl would want to show her panties to the world? I mean, isn't that suggested? And what kind of man would like to see little girls' panties? I mean, we do know that mostly men, have a desire to smell used panties. All right, we do know that. Now, little girl panties. I mean, we can just imagine. But at least, okay. Anyway, we went through all that. We said that's why these things are like, you really got to think back. When I was, going back to our original thing, is why Trevor and Taylor are together. They just don't seem right for each other. They just don't seem right. They just don't. But I think that as a society, the more that we pay attention to these things, the more that we like, understand that that uh, that our society just like we move forward. Okay, we did that. We were stupid. I mean, we did this, we did that, and we're not going to take it anymore. We don't want it. You see something on the TV, you hear something, turn it off. Just turn it off. I mean, I don't want to pay attention. It's very hard to like groove onto some music too that I know that these kids or this film that somebody was like abused, or I can imagine they're abused. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter to the person, but I'm saying if I get that vibe and I think about so and so who was involved in it, then it's like it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's the same thing of having a film that's that's portrayed about for women, that's directed and everything is financed by men. Is that doesn't like I mean that's just like frosting. That's frosting. It doesn't get to the real. The real, the insides are always the same. So it's like we have to think about what kind of energy we take in, and I think that when we do, we go for light work, we go to increase our energy level, then we have more control over where we are, how we feel. I mean, Nickelodeon, I think, the music industry, the way it has been and is, it needs a cleansing. It needs a cleansing, of which, shelve it. What can we learn? I mean, look at that, this one, I forget her name, but some woman who's, it's always some woman, who has been in mental institutions. She's been abused. She's like gained lots of weight. She looks totally different. She had her own show. I forget her name. I'm too tired now. I need coffee. I need coffee. Um, but no. I mean, when something is built, the foundation is built wrong. It's you got to check the whole place. Ghost town. It's called ghost town. Once there was gold and then there's no gold. I think, and I guess that's what's happening. I think what's happening with the cities. I mean, we are falling apart as a society because more and more truths are coming out. However, we have to rebuild. And how will we? How will we rebuild? That's as much as we have to get the truth out. We have to accept that's where we were, and we have to own up to it. We have to own up and exposing or understanding, let's see, our celebrities and where they've been, and not having them pretend to be in phony relationships, or to why are they flipping out? Why are they were on drugs? Why they drink a lot? And stop the management. We do have all, of course, this is all distractions because other things are going on. I mean, the power structure isn't giving up anything, which is why Diddy was around for 2-3 decades doing his thing, because it served a purpose. Served a purpose. And so we do a reading, find out what that purpose was or is. Let's see now. What is that purpose? Now, look into this candlelight. Why do we have this sexual depravity when it comes to our entertainment? Do we just wake up one day and we find that just laughing isn't enough? Why is there such why do humans have this power play? Why do there has to be the master and the servants? Why do we have hierarchy? That's what it is, isn't it? I'm top dog, you're mashed potatoes. Me king, you my servant. Why do we have these things? Why? Why do we have this stuff connected with our entertainment? Is it entertaining to like laugh at someone? Why? Are we? Are we? It almost really makes me feel like we've all heard that Iranians think of us as Americans, as the great America, as the great Satan. Are we? Satan, Satan. Are we exposed? It's one thing when you take the stuffing out of the doll. Is this still a doll? Of course, you can stuff it with something else. Let's see. Where is it can we have a society without this filthy shit, this filthy stuff? Is it possible that we can actually enjoy art and feel good about it? I mean, art is energy, music is energy. Why do we have to have torment, gluttony, and all this darkness around every single thing we do? Like we know, okay, we've seen demons, we've seen vampires. I mean, through the media, all of us have. But why do we constantly repeat? Why do we have to have? I'm sick and tired of looking at demons. I'm sick and tired of vampires. I mean, I'm sick and tired of hand signs. Why can't we just have uplifting? We can go so far with clouds and blue sky. Let's see now. Why do we have this darkness among our culture? Why do we have this darkness? Alright. Now, why do we have this filthiness? The emperor. Because somebody orders it. The instructions come up from up top. A very small group of people are instructing a large group of people. I would say also this shows hierarchy. Me boss, you ain't. That's why we have the filth. We have hierarchy. And the Ace of Cups. One person generating the ideas, the opportunities, a gatekeeper. The gatekeeper. The Ace of Cups. And there must be one hero. One hero. One hero. So, we have here why there exists. We have a behind the scenes man, the management. We have the opportunity, the talent. The talent can give. This person's holding it, has the key to giving all the accolades and the hero worshiping. Why must there even be hero worshiping? That's what I gotta say. Why? I mean, again, why? Because, I mean, how many people can sing? Lots of people can sing. How many people can draw? Lots of people can draw. How many people could write? Lots of people write. I mean, how many people make a living off of doing those things? Now that's where the kinks come through. The kinks. Somebody says, hi, New York Ellen. Ah, hi, Dasha. I'm saying hi too. Anyway, so there are, okay, so is there any, okay, so now we know that this sex trafficking and this bullshit, this crap exists because there's a powerful person who likes to pull the strings. And but if we're being replaced, or if humans are being replaced, who's going to be giving the accolades? And who is going to be giving the choice? And why, the reason why? Let's take a little dive into this Ace of Cups. This is interesting. The opportunity. The opportunity. The Ace of Cups. Now, one. Yeah, the Seven of Cups. So, in other words, if they didn't have like the opportunity, we would just be singing in the streets, walking along, and just nobody would pay attention to what we're doing. That's the whole thing. If we were high energy people, high energy stimulated culture, if we have something to believe in, we wouldn't need to have this person, the P Diddy's, etc., behind giving us the so-called platform to do what we're supposed to do. I mean, what do you think people did? Petroglyphs? I think I'm saying right. Ancient writings and stone and stuff in caves on parchment. Does there always have to be somebody to like someone? It seems that like there must be a wealthy receptivity. Otherwise, the person or the illusion, the person is just like dissipate without being saved. It's deeper than that. I think it's deeper. So let's check out these accolades. How does the person feel? We have the Six of Wands. And it's funny, we have the cup, the Ace of Cups, and we have the Six of Wands, and we do know what water does to fire. Yes, we have the Four of Cups here. Four of Cups. And the Five of Cups. We have the Five of Cups. So without this Emperor, the illusion or the programming that we have as a people, the programming that we would fall into despair and constantly shop around for, constantly looking for something to accept us. We would constantly be searching for acceptance without the P Diddy's of the world, the P Diddy's, without some kind of assurance. Maybe because, how about this? Maybe because that fallacy exists, because in our society, we're only supposed to use a small portion of what our capabilities are. We're only supposed to feel a small portion of what we were supposed to feel. Otherwise, it's called out of control and hundreds of other terms. So I'm saying that we're conditioned to need that arm on the shoulders, that management to take us out, to make those dates, to arrange our lives. We're conditioned to having others. We do all the work, but there's just the guiding hand, and they make us feel like they're doing all the work, when in actuality, they're just perverts. They're just power players. And they're laughing all the way to the bank, having done nothing but eat our frequency waves. They eat us. We're being eaten like livestock. Again, livestock. Let's see now this emperor. Let's see a little bit of insight on that one. We have is this a star card? We have the healing. Okay. Now the emperor comes off as I can protect you. I could give you everything. I can give you your parade. Like you even take like Travis Kelce, for instance. He had his parade. He won. And then what did he do? He got drunk. What did the people do? They got killed. They got hurt. The audience, the parade. Did he help? No, he didn't help. Because that wasn't his role to help. Because the emperor said, just enjoy the accolades. I will put you in this situation, and you just enjoy this part. Now, we do know that the accolades, feeling of I'll never have enough. I need more. This is only today. I have to pay back that person. I'll never have enough. It's an endless cycle. However, we as viewers, as humans, can go, nah, I don't want it. I don't want it. When will it end? Soon. Well, how are you going to do it? How am I going to do it? We have to ask ourselves, how are we going to help end it? We can help end it. First of all, we know that, for instance, like Justin, we know that he suffered. We know now we have a pretty good idea without hearing the specifics. We know that he was abused, right? And he was plied with drugs and booze at an early age. We know that. To shut him up. And he felt like, I'm just like one of the big guys. No, he was a kid. He was the kid being taken advantage of. But he was too young. He could not say that I was taken advantage of. I mean, yeah, he feels it. But can he ever get that dirt off of him? Can he ever forgive himself for doing those things, whatever he did? Can he let go? Can he heal? Can he heal? I mean, you take like Judy Garland. I mean, you take like some of the greats in the past, what they went through. I mean, even you think about, like, even if you yourself don't take, you take yourself. Even if you don't take drugs, but you're like, I see you doing deals. And if you're a person, go ahead and have a few drinks. I don't care. But you don't take a drink. And then, and then the person signs the contract. And, and maybe they were a little sloshed or a little something or stoned. But I mean, I'm just saying that it's just the same premise. Of course, you would not, it's up to you. You become, the control. If you're not like aware and really straight out, you should be careful whom you let down. Right. She does. He does. Oh, he's so annoying lately. Well, he's going through like trips. He's really cute though. He's Siamese. And he's just like, he's always talking. And he's very interesting. I have cat cards too. Let me show you. Pagan cats. You see? Pagan cats. Let's see. Pagan cats. They're all with cats. In fact, he like switch off to another deck, this deck. Now Justin would probably have to test if they have to indict. Yeah. But he's probably afraid. I mean, I'm sure they have they have film on him. Um, he probably, these people are so dirty. I went to, I mean, people, when they're like management or anybody who does dirty dealings, when sometimes they miscalculate. They think the person that they're like taking advantage of is going to always side with them. If they get enough dirt, people get into powerful situations like, I have control of this property. I have control of these lives. I have control of this trust fund. I have control of this venture capital investment. I have X amount of $1 million in my pocket. Okay. And it's burning. And yeah, of course. And it's burning in my pocket. And then somebody finds somebody else. I mean, they get sloppy. When you have lots of money and you're like, you have like interests that it's not legitimate. I mean, you're having like crafty, and then you realize that somebody found out information that you wish you don't have anything on them. You don't have any compromising photographs. You don't have them like, you can't control them, but they have information on you, on your dirty dealing. That's the elements that you have to watch. And then, but they will threaten to kill you. They will threaten to kill you. They will try to. They will say, they will do every single thing. Because corruption is incredible, incredibly scary. But they will. I mean, the fact that they're like steak dinner, let's just say steak dinner, is in jeopardy will make them do anything. And then there's idiots out there, and I mean idiots, real idiots, these guys with the money, these guys like Diddy and so forth and so on, types like that, the control freaks. They'll clap their hand, they'll snap their finger, and then they'll get these brain dead individuals who follow them around who couldn't make it on their own. Okay, this original thought, and they'll tell you, go break into that house, go harass that woman, go harass that guy, go harass that kid. And these Goombas, they'll do it. They'll do it for free, just to say, did I do good? Did I do good? Did I do good? It doesn't matter. And it's not only the music industry. It's in all. It's in education. It's in government. It's in arms dealing. Anything with power. It's in the light works. It's in ashrams. It's in churches. It's in temples. It's everywhere. I mean, that whole thing, that blackmail and that power trip, that's the element as humans. We have to respect ourselves more. But I mean, it's there. If he testifies, well, he is going to. I don't think, Judge, you can have a sealed deal when you testify. A sealed deal. I mean, you can put down all the information, and it's all typed up, a court reporter, stuff like that. But it never is. It's sealed, which means you, as the public, never sees it. Never. There are so many cases. Even liability. A lot of liability cases are done that way. Very few. You can. I mean, it's amazing how much stuff is sealed. You only are told what you thought of. I mean, there are cases of like someone dying of neglect, and it becomes sealed. The actual details. Because I mean, people get their money, get their settlement, but the details are sealed, which means you cannot open them. You will never, unless you sat in court. And then a lot of these things are in the judge's chamber too. So I mean, you cannot, you will not know. So he'll probably have something like that, just because he would say my life would be in danger. Now I'm sure those older men that he was involved with will not hesitate. to bump them off. Not hesitate. I mean, isn't there a 29 club or a 20 under 30 club of talented musicians? I think Hendrix, Janis Joplin, or under 26, something like that. A, I mean, there to have someone who's done artwork, creative work. I'll put it that way. Music has albums, and then you to bump them off, and then you sell them. I mean, you sell their work. I mean, it happens over and over and over again. Let's just see now. Here are these kitty cat cards. Let's just see. Let's do one here, one here, and one here. And let's see. Now, under the Emperor, let's see if we can find something more. Opportunity. There is an opportunity. We have the Ace of Swords. There's an opportunity to balance that control freak. And then we have Justice under the Ace of Cups. And then to have we have to get justice for the receptiveness to the dissipation, to the this is the way things are. Don't change it. This is the way things are. Without you were not getting nowhere with your talents without me, and I will position you. There has to be a balance in there. And then here we have the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords. See that cute little cat? As you know, I love cats. The Knight of Swords. So I would say that we have the opportunity, because there's more of us than there is of them. There's always more of us. Remember that. We have the multitudes. Therefore, we hold the key. Oh, wait, so we don't hear any music. We have birds. We have frogs. We have the wind. We have leaves. We have social media. We have us. I could listen to if you want to like play the flute. If you want to like show me your cartoons, you put it on. Put it on a channel. I mean, we don't need them. We don't need somebody putting their dirty body parts all over every single contract and trying to like have us hooked on something. We don't need to do drugs. We don't need drugs. Drugs for what? Oh, give them drugs. Who said? I think it's been said in a derogatory manner. Give them drugs and give them computer games, and that's all they need. No, egotistical SOBs. No, we don't need. It's ridiculous. And if we did have computer games, let's be a little bit more challenging. I mean, it's pathetic. It's pathetic, the attitude of the people that are very, very wealthy about the resources and the control factor. And I think that we can, if we demand better, we have this opportunity right now of course, it's a distraction. You know, it's a distraction. Every single thing that's thrown into our faces is a distraction, because we know this, because we can look at this light here and we know that the truth and the purity of this light. And we know that this light is burning, and it's burning for a certain amount of time. Of course, we also know that we can get another one if we are provided with a candle and fire and a match. We can make it again. We know that. So I don't have to push it that way. I don't need anybody's assistance. But we have to work together. We have to put this message that we don't want this trashy stuff. We don't want this garbage. We don't want people harmed just to make us laugh. We don't need to hear stupid. We don't need stupid. We don't need stupid. We don't want to hear stupid. We don't want to think stupid. No, we want to be challenged. We want to look to the heavens. We want to look to the universe. We don't want to be just looking under our armpits. That's what we have to. That's the message. As we look at this candle that burns, pure light, pure light, and we somehow we have to not accept what's being given to us. Really. And through supporting each other, trying to make sure that we don't fall into the programmable BS, that can, we can like each other. We can support each other. We can become a subscriber. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really. I mean, as I say, we're a beginning channel, and we'd like to grow, and we're going to need your help. And we would appreciate if people would just make a commitment. We're not going to take this corporate stuff anymore. We're not going to take it. We don't want to take it. There's no room for us for growth. And somehow, we keep on getting awakened. We get that energy. And we can't, once you turn on the light, once you light up, you can't read in the darkness. The darkness has no space. Fill yourself with light. Think of people as valuable. Recognize that they are valuable. Then we can truly move. And let's just hope that Justin testifies. Let's hope they all testify. And let's stop playing let's just stop the play and just get into the real energy pulse. I mean, is it possible that they could is it possible that an entertainer can make us feel the purity of the passions that they're trying to? And I don't mean get your freak on and twerking and stuff like that. I don't mean that. Or listening to I stuck my head in somebody's crotch and blah 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 blah. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about I'm talking about, can we join the universe? How can we join the universe when we're just too busy with our genitals and low energy, below the belt stuff, below the waist stuff? I mean, how can we? How can we? How can we? And we don't trust our own guts, and we don't think logically. I happen to really think that we can through light work. Hi, how are you? Can't ask? Can't ask what? Can't ask what? Yeah. Can you ask? Oh, hi. Well, I'm going to take a little break soon. And I mean, I just feel it's just so poignant. It's just so valuable that we have time to talk and share. Really. And I mean, it is amazing that we can just sharing energies, just trying to see, I want to see each and every one of you become the best that you can be. I don't want you to be we take our celebrities. I don't want to see another Justin out there. I don't want to see someone who's just trying to just get by and trying to forget. I mean, I found out, a friend of mine, when you die, you die. When you pass off, you pass off. And there was 2 people that died. I found out 2 people died that I knew. And at different times I've been given an exam. Will I get more than 14 out of 20 marks? I hope so. I have. Can you ask what kind of exam? What kind of exam? What kind? What kind of exam? It could be. Is it high school? Is it a lawyer's license? What? A job? Uh huh. Well, if you're a techie, yeah, Justin it is over. He's 1.5 celebrated. Yeah, because you know why he's mocked? Because it's probably the PR team that knows about like the things that Justin did to get there as a 13 or 14-year-old boy. I mean, when some grown man goes, come here, he went. He went. I mean, it's just sad. If you have any questions, I'm willing to like do a reading, but you have to buy me a few coffees, like 2 coffees, and the link is in the prescription box. But I'm really liking. We've been everywhere tonight. We've been like entertainment. We've been in Area 51. We did the luck and unluck numbers. We got some hot numbers too. And with like there's so much. I mean, Mega Million, lottos, uh, pick 10, pick 4 life. I mean, there's all these kind of things out there. Somebody's making it, and of course, it could all be like rigged. It could all be like screwy, but somebody's got to win just to keep it legitimate. Somebody's got to win. I think somebody's got to win, and yeah. So I'm giving like special readings for love or job. I am doing readings, private reading, one-on-one readings. I can do a reading now, but it's like a donation. You have to put a donation in for me to like, it's like a mind link with you. Oh, he left. Oh well. So it's up to you. It's up to you. Otherwise, we can just. I have so many other topics that I have so many topics. But I think I'm gonna take a break. A break for a while. And I'm gonna have something to drink. I'm gonna take. You already taken your exam. Well, still have to give a. You still have to give a donation. For like you still have to give a donation. Huh? Happy April. Happy April Fools. April Fools. Is this? Oh, happy. uh, Happy April Fools. Happy April. Spring. Winter's over. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Did everybody have a nice winter? How was your winter, Amber? Uh, well, okay, so really, I know. It's like really, uh, I know. So sorry. Yeah. Well, anyway, the winter's over, and you love winter. Did you go skiing? Did you make a snowman? Do you love the snowy days? Well, I don't know. I was tired this winter. I was tired. But it felt good to stay inside. I stayed inside. Did you go in the mountains? Did you go skiing? Yeah, I'm really into spring too. I can't wait for the crocuses and the dandelions and and those things to come up. That would be nice. All right, I think I'm going to take a break. I have to, excuse me. I'm going to take a break. I'll be back. Bye. I'm going to take a little break, okay? I'm going to take a break. I'll be back. Okay, bye. I'll be back. Oh, pre-readings? Not right now because I have like such a big backlog and I'm trying to. I can't. I'm like I have so many requests, and I just it's just like if you do a donation though, that makes it go further up. You know, I need my. I only have a few candles left. I mean, really. I mean, you can buy me a coffee if you want. But I'll be back. You can think about it. I'll be back in about 20 minutes or so. I'll be back. So think about it if you want to. You know, did you have to donate? Because I have like I don't know I have to do. I have like 30 readings I have to do. I'm like 30 behind. I'm like really behind. So that's why. Okay, I'll be back.